See how far we get with this today. I believe I'm recording. All right. So this, what I wanted to do, we're going to talk about this month in real estate. It is now August, I think so, and we're going to. This is the first time I've done it under the new system. This should be exciting. So the beginning point is to click on My Marketing and go to Create Marketing Materials. And I am recording this for those of you that care about it. You could open it if you wanted to, if you've already done it, but let me just go through the deal. All right. So we go to postcards, jumbo, or email. It doesn't really matter. Maybe it does matter. I don't know. Let's just click on, I'm going to start with email. So I'm going to go to Market My Listings email. And I believe that maybe there isn't one here. How about that? That's wonderful. So we're going to go to postcards till I find it, and it's not there either. So, yeah, well, I'm all types. How about that? And I don't see it. Isn't that wonderful? Let's go to the, I know it's here because I've seen it before. So let's go to Design Library. Create new campaigns. I'll find it. Interval, 12 direct. Did you know? Wait. Here's 12 direct this month in real estate. So under campaigns. Let's start again. We go to create. I believe it's also in postcards. I know I've seen them. But if we go to, if you've done it before, I know I've done it on this one before. So I go to My Saved Designs. And there's this month in real estate from April, and any of them can be modified. Here's June, this month in real estate for Santa Clara County. So the ones that we've done in the past. But this month in real estate is originally designed to be part of a campaign. So if we go to create new campaign, we're really not doing this to create a campaign. And we want to do the one that is called This Month in Real Estate. So we're going to choose this campaign. And I'm going to wait for it to load. And these are the different steps. We can click on this, and it has a name. And I like to change the name. So I'm going to say Santa Clara County. Santa Clara County. How about that? For now, I just want to make sure I can identify it. I click on Next, and it takes me to review and configure the steps. There's 4 emails, 4 direct mails. I have to admit, I'm going to click on Edit. And here's This Month in Real Estate, August edition. This is an email. And I'm going to click on Personalize. And whether or not you actually modify an existing piece or take one of the campaigns, it doesn't really matter. I'll show you what I mean by that. But this is what the email version looks like. And I'm also going to do one for a postcard because I got absolutely nothing else to do. So the way you would modify it is you'd start by clicking on the August and make that a little bit bigger and type in Santa Clara County edition. So if you were doing this for Gilroy, you type in Gilroy edition. If you're doing it for Willow Glen edition. You get the idea. And then I'm going to make it much bigger so it stands out. So I increase the size to 20 points. Then there's the home sales, home price. And we're gonna take a look at the words. It says home sales will begin to pick up after this year's sluggish start. I guess that's true. Now, the way in which we update this, I've logged into the MLS, and I'm going to go to Stats and Residential. And what I decided to do this time, I've been doing a blended, maybe I'll stick with that. So I've taken single family condos and townhomes and I've added them together. The one value of doing this is it makes our homes look a little more affordable. And I'm going to type in county SCC. And what I'm looking for, the first thing that we're going to edit is how many sales are there. So I'm going to go over here to customize. Time frame, I picked past 3 years because I really want more than 1 year. I don't really need 3 years, but it wouldn't hurt. It wouldn't hurt. If I really feel like it, sometimes I'll do past 5 years. I'll show you what I'm going to do with the numbers, and then we're going to go to closed sales number of, and we're going to break it down by month. And I'm going to now click on generate, and it's going to make me a graph, which doesn't look very useful. And I really don't want the graph so much as I want the data. And so here's the data. And so this shows the number of closed sales. Say that again, please. Right there. It's on the screen. Criteria is on the screen. I picked past 5 years. Statistic is closed sales, number of, and it's grouped by month. Some of this is, you might need to watch the video because I don't go, otherwise I go as fast as the slowest. I'm not looking at anybody in particular. I realize the slowest. Your notepad. That's called it's called the NPad, right, rather than the iPad. All right, and so I record these and I publish them, plus the numbers you could use if you're using Santa Clara County. And Rick, I was so happy to see him yesterday. He made his own after sitting through this like 8 times and playing my videos back in 10-second increments. He's making his own. All right, so I'm going to click on export as a CSV, and I usually save it someplace where it's easy to find. And I'm using Google Chrome, which doesn't just open it automatically, but, you know, whatever. So I'm opening it up, and this is what it looks like. Now, this number here, 1491, it was a particularly good year, I think, 1491. Well, that's when, that wasn't a good year for the people that lived here. And so we had 1491, and I'm going to click on this, and I'm just going to paste it in. And 1491 is the number of closed sales we had last month in Santa Clara County. And it's always good to just like take a peek at these numbers. Is it true that we started off sluggishly and picked up? Sort of, right? The first 3 months were slow. And the reason I'm looking at that is because the verbiage here says home sales have begun to pick up after this year's sluggish start. I generally try not to change words I don't have to. Now, this little paragraph here we might need to change, so I usually copy that and open up Notepad simply because it's easier to read and to see. And I'm going to say this is combined, COMBINED, sales of single-family condos and townhomes. Well, don't have to say a lot. And if I want to, I might just say in Santa Clara County. See, sometimes it will run out of room, but we'll see. So I copy that, go back here, and paste it in. And it's a little big. And I actually think that the in Santa Clara County part is superfluous, because I've already told everybody it's Santa Clara County, but sometimes, you know, who knows. So I'll make it a little bit. I generally try not to move the boxes too much because I'm lazy, efficient. Okay. So that's cool. We have the number. We've told what the number is. So what it's saying here, wants to know what was it compared to 1 year ago. Well, let's look at our chart. So this is the formula, and I do this, I know, relatively fast, but I record it so that you can play it back in practice. I put in the equal sign. This equals this year minus last year, and I hit enter. So it went down 80 sales from this year to last year. So now this is going to equal the formula for determining a percent increase or decrease is D divided by OT, the dot formula, D divided by OT, which that means the difference divided by the old total. That's what the OT is. And so what that tells us, and I'm just going to click on the percent side, that it went down 5%. Right? I took this month, last year this month, 80 sales fewer, divide that by the amount of last year, and we get the percentage, which is 5%. So going back here, I'm just going to change this to minus 5% since a year ago. And sales have gone down by 5% since last year. All right, that's whether or not that's weaker. There are fewer sales, right, by 5%, right, from last year. Yeah. The formula is dot, and what dot means, so it's dot, DOT is the formula, and that stands for the difference divided by, and I'm going to put in divided by the old total equals the percent. Right. I do this every month. And I record it. You could watch any of my last 4 or 5 months, and the numbers are different, but I do exactly the same thing. And just for by the way, after you've done this for about 10 years, it becomes a lot easier. So it's down 5% since last year. How about from last month? So what that is, the formula, we take this equals this month minus last month. And so it went up 19. And that equals the difference divided by the old total, which is not very much. All right? So it rounds up to 1%. So we go back here to our thing, and it went up 1% since last month. And I just haven't, I like it when it's all nice and centered. We've done number one, 1491 combined sales. Now this is the average price in the United States. I can remember having a guy once. He was moving from Minnesota. It was a referral, and so he wanted to buy a house in San Jose. And he was explaining that he wanted it to be a relatively new home, not more than 20 years. It had to be in a good neighborhood. He wanted good schools. He'd like to have a little bit of land, you know. And he said, I'm willing to pay top dollar, $250, $275. Right? I'm willing to. And I told him that he could afford a 1-bedroom, 1-bath condo next to the 680 sound wall. And a really nice driveway. And he was like, "You've got to be kidding!" No, welcome to San Jose. Right. So we've done. The next statistic is prices. Have prices gone up or down? So, by the way, the reason that I look at the last 5 years is that what this sort of shows us, 1491. It went down a little bit from last year, but it's up. Right. In other words, it's not quite as high as last year at this time, but it's higher than 2012, 2011, and 2010. All right, lower than what it was back in that peak, but not bad. Right? You understand? Down a little bit, but not bad. But but this is the reason for looking at these statistics is Well, I'll show you. Hopefully we'll have time. So the next thing I want to do is I want to look at the median price. You could do average, but the average, the problem with the average price is that we have some very high-priced areas that throw the average off, right? And so median is, the average is all of them added up divided by the number you've added up. Median is right in the middle. I usually use median. A medium I use for something else. That's to commune with my lost grandparents and stock tips. For stock tips, I have monkeys that throw darts at the board. And you need to talk to your monkeys. They actually did an experiment. One university did, or they put the stock exchange on the wall and they put balloons on it, and they literally had monkeys throwing darts at the balloons. And when they would hit a balloon, they would write down the name of that stock and invest in it. And they beat the market then they took all the top procrastinators saying this is what you ought to invest in, and the monkeys won, right? Monkeys throwing darts at the board. Anyhow, that's neither here nor there. We're now doing the median price. So notice the only thing I changed was that statistic. We're going to click on search, and it produces nothing. Why not? Oh, I didn't hit generate. I did that just to demonstrate. So that's what it looks like. And we click on data. So the median price of combined single-family, condos, townhomes, everything lumped together in last month was $750,000. So what I'm going to do is change that to $750,000. And then it says home prices have continued to rise even as inventory has increased. Is that true? Oh no, that's the wrong one. Where did I go back here to Matrix? I export this as a CSV. That's one of the things I forgot to do. And I let it open. So it looks lower than it was, right? And so it's higher than it's been, but lower than it was. So I might want to change some of the words here. Home prices, and what I do is I copy it and I put it in Notepad just so I can read it. Home prices have dropped in recent months, but still remain historically high. How about that? Does that sound like a true statement? And so I'm going to put that here. Home prices have dropped in recent months, but remain historically high. And then I'm going to click on this, and basically I'm going to copy that because I'm really lazy, and I'm going to paste that in. And what I want to say is that this is the median price of combined sales of single-family homes, condos, and townhomes. I don't need the dot, right? And so now that I've done that, I put this in here, median price of combined sales of single-family homes and townhomes, and I might have to scooch it, I think is the technical term. And now it all fits, and we need to look at this. This says it's up 4.3% from a year ago, and so this is the one here. So what is the formula? We say this equals that minus this, right? And then this equals the difference divided by the old total, and then 5%. So it went up 5%, and so this says 4.3. It's wrong, but we're going to make it 5, and I like to center it since a year ago. How about since last month? This would equal this minus that, and this equals that divided by that, and then and so it went down 4%. Now, that's not, this says it went up 5%, which is wrong. So in our market, the prices have dropped 4%. And I'm going to put that there. And they have gray for, sometimes why is up red and down gray? I don't know. So, but I'm going to change that so that the gray is gray. And I have to change the arrow because the arrow was saying, but we're going to, oops, that's not what I wanted to do. I want to grab the little green and then there we go. And I wanted to see if anybody was paying attention, and Michael was. So good. Just I throw in little tests like that throughout all of my. I know, but it looks it's supposed to have a minus. All right, and I kind of. Yeah. So anyhow, and I like the darker gray. You notice you could change the color of these if you wanted to. There's opportunity in any market. We could change that. This has got Jennifer's contact information. There's some things I would like to do to fix it, but I'm not necessarily going to do that right now. I'd like to make the name bigger. Every real estate agent wants their name bigger, right? And I do, but I don't know if she does. All right. So we've made it. All right. Those interest rates are national rates. I don't worry about those. They're from Freddie Mac. Interest rates are national. They were updated a few days ago, according to Keller Williams. If you are suspicious or if you question that, you're welcome to go to bankrate.com. Guess what bankrate.com has? Interest rates. And you could go to Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, and see, I ain't tripping. I'm going to leave them like that. From Turnkey Mortgage. So we've now made a postcard. What we have to do is we go over here. It's an email, and we're going to go to Save As, and I'm going to say this month in real estate 8-2014, and I'm going to say SCC just in case because it's Santa Clara County. And as I go, I'm going to talk about doing something else. We're going to exit the editor. Exit the editor. Come on. Go away. And do we? Yes, I know. I want to go. I'm sorry. All right. So we've exited the editor, and what it should do at this point is allow us to send this to somebody. And this is an email. This is an email. All right, this month in real estate, August edition, and what we've done is we're going to go down here. This is a campaign. We're going to click on Save and Continue, and the next step is Add or Remove Contacts. So I'm going to click on this, and I'm going to click on Add All Eligible Contacts. I wonder how many there are, and there's only 2. So I don't really know why there's only 2. Right. So why don't we just? I'm going to remove all. I'm going to have to ask Jennifer why. Why? I don't know why. So review, and I know. It's over to save the campaign. Now, and I had looked at this to see why there were, I don't know why there's not a bunch more, but let's go back to the Marketing Center. And what I want to do is go to My Saved Designs, because I have designs. And one of the easy, because now this is an email. Notice this is a version of it that's a postcard from the past. And here's a version that's an email from the past. And what I might want to do is to simply make a new postcard. And one of the easiest ways to do that is you click on one of your old postcards and you click on edit. And this is, they're working out some of the new stuff with the new eEdge, but it's not as easy as it used to be to go from one to the other, right? You used to be able to take an email and make it a postcard, and a postcard and make it an email. Not so much anymore. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this and I'm going to, wow, it's not a lot. Oh, that's, I know why. All right, I did that. I'm getting out of here. I'll find a different one. I know. Back to search. Let me find another postcard. I sure hope. I want to see them all. I'm just interested to see what. So this is Design Library, all types, and all right. So how about this? This month in real estate, Design Library. Here's August 2014. This is a postcard. I'm just saying, and this is Design Library, all types, and I had to scroll. I believe if I had put in this month, how about this month, and I clicked search, I'll just see if it finds it. All right, so here are 35 of them, and they're postcards, and if you look at them, it'll show you this is May, October, November, and what I'm really looking for, what happened to August must be up here, June, July. So here's April, August. So here's a postcard this month in real estate. And here's a preview. So what I'm going to do is, this is the postcard. And the reason I'm doing both of these is because well, I know that, but I could, let's see. No. See, I wasn't doing, let me do my save designs. Let's see how many I did. And it found it anyhow, or anyhow. So here's a postcard from last month. All right. I'm getting off track, but let me just do, so let me just make sure this works. It looks like it. Yeah, I was trying to make it, so this one are, so this one is from July. What I'm going to do is just, so if I wasn't clear before, let me say it. If you're going to do a email, you need to start with an email template. If you're going to do a postcard, you need to start with a postcard template. And you can't easily convert one to the other. But the only way you could do it is by making this an image and importing the image into an email, which is not the most difficult thing to do, but still. Yes, I know. Used to be able to go back and forth. They've improved the system. We don't know. They're working on making a lot of changes. So one of the nice things is that the numbers I still have. So it's 1491, right? So I'm just going to do this quickly. 1491. How about if I just type it in? One of the things that I found that's good about using the last month's postcard is a lot of times the words that I have are the same. And you can save it as something else. Or down SLITLY. Let me just see if that's true. Are they down slightly from last month and last year. So the percentages, I'm not sure. Right, I know. It's all right. So it's 5 and 1. So it's up from last month, but down from last year. So what I'm going to do is change that to say are down slightly from last month and up over last year. How about that? True? True statement. And 1491, we don't have to change that, but the percentage has changed. It went down 5% and up 1%. So we change that to 5, and we make this 1, and we make that gray, because we're supposed to be gray, and we're going to make that 1, and we're going to zip it around. Is that right? Yeah. And then it's not 788, but it's plummeted to 750. $750. And home prices have continued to ride even as the inventory has increased. That's not really true. And so wouldn't it be nice, I'm going to wax geeky for a moment. I had copied and pasted the text from before, right? But that was like 5 or 6 times ago, right? So that means it's gone. But there's a magic, I have a magic button, and so this will take a second. And my magic button, which is from a free program called Ditto, it remembers all my copies and pastes back for almost forever. And so here they all are. So what I wanted, what am I doing now? I'm doing home prices have dropped in recent months. I think that's it. And it takes a little while for it takes a while because it remembers like a lot of the pages. What this does, by the way, this is called Ditto. It allows me to, like sometimes with an MLS, where I'm making a flyer, let's say, and there's a bunch of, I've got this and this and this, all these different pieces from different parts of the MLS. I just go copy, 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 copy. Go to where I want to go, paste, 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 paste. Right? Just like DITTO. So, when I did it twice, which I didn't even know. So those were the words that I'd used before. I put them in here, 750 median, and the difference is the amounts, which are up 5 from last year, but down 4 from last month. So it's up 5, but down 4, and we make it gray, and we turn this around. And now we have a postcard. No. And one of the things that I haven't done, but would be probably good to do, is to look at the interest rates, because this is last month. I generally I'm not that concerned about it. But how would you find what are current interest rates for homes? How about that? Bankrate.com comes up. Who'd have thought that a company with that name? So it's saying that as of 8th, their fixed is 4.29. So what I'm going to do is, just to be really accurate, 4.29 rather than not 4.17. A 15-year fixed is 3.40, and not a huge difference. I probably could have lived with the old numbers. A 5-1 ARM is 3.34. Looks like they're taking it right from 3.34. And historical average, does Bankrate tell us that? I don't know. So I'm not going to worry about the historical average. So, all right, we have a postcard. And now we go to File, and we go to Save As, and now we call it This Month in Real Estate, August 2014. And we hit Save. We've made an email, and we've made a postcard. All right? And you probably think there's nothing more that we could possibly do. We could download it as a PDF. Why don't I do that just for giggles? And then what I was thinking about doing is taking it up a notch, right? Doesn't that sound like a fun thing to do? And I have to admit that this idea really came from, well, it was my idea to start with, but what's the best way to do this? All right, well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to save it to the drive and then open it directly. And if you keep opening it in the browser, this doesn't work. But what I'm going to do is open it up, and this particular computer I have has Adobe Acrobat on it, as does all the computers at the office, which allows me to save this as an image, which I'm going to do. And I'm going to just save it as an image on my desktop. I actually have a porpoise. A porpoise? And it's taking a while. And I've mentioned several times the website you could go, if you're saying, well, I don't have Adobe Acrobat and I can't afford Adobe Acrobat and I can't afford to drive to the office to use the 8 copies of Adobe Acrobat that we have here. So what could I possibly do? I mentioned a website that converts stuff. What was the name of that website? I'm looking at Sylvia because she's most likely to remember. Michael, do you remember? Zamzar. Right. And Zamzar will also convert this PDF into an image. And you're probably wondering why. This is taking a really long time to convert.
Well, while they're doing that, remember the question I had for you about why my customized displays weren't working?
Yes.
You have to make customized displays for each type of product.
Oh.
They don't work across.
That makes sense in a weird sort of way.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm opening it up, the image, and what I'm going to use a program that you probably have on your computer. I'm going to right-click and go to Open With. By the way, if you're at the office, you have Office Picture Manager, because we have it installed on all of our computers here, which is the easiest way to do this. If you don't, and you have a Microsoft program, you have something called Paint. And it says it doesn't want to open Paint. It doesn't want to open it with Paint. And I don't know why. I don't know. It's just Acrobat Pro. Any version of Acrobat will do this. This is a very. I think it will, but I'm using Microsoft Office Picture Manager, and what I want to do is I want to get one picture, right? So I've clicked on Edit and I've clicked on Crop, and I'm going to just drag these little doohickeys up here so that I don't want to go too high, just right about there. And then I click on OK. And what it's now done is it's made one little picture, right? Isn't that beautiful? And just beautiful. And so I'm going to go here and I'm going to save it. And I'm just going to say this is crop. All right. Now, the reason that I'm doing this, there's 2 reasons I'm doing this. One reason is if you're saying that the idea of making 2 of these, one that's a postcard and one that is a email, is just too much work, that the only amount of time I'm willing to devote to this project is like 15, 20 minutes. and if I can't do 2, what we could do, there's a place called Tiny Pick, and they make you look at an ad. I'm sorry about that, but I'm going to go to Tiny Pick, and I'm going to upload wherever we are. I'm going to upload that picture that I made, the one that says cropped. And I'm going to say, I just want it to be an image. I don't care about any of this other stuff. I'm just going to click on upload. There's an ad. See, I told you there's another ad. And what they want me to do is to make sure I've looked at the ad. So I have to type in. There are other ways to do it. It takes longer. Okay. So if you're saying, I don't even want to type in the name of a car, there it is. They've uploaded it. And what they've done is they've given me these different links. And I'm going to copy this one here that says direct link for layouts. Now, why am I doing this? I have no clue. But let's say I went here to compose email, and I'm going to send it, and I don't know why. I'm going to have to talk to her about why we have so few. Well, there's a lot more here. All eligible contacts. I have 1945. So I don't know why, but I'm going to, this system will only allow you to send out 500. So what I'm going to do, Jennifer has a larger database than many of you, but I'm going to click on this and I'm going to find somebody's name that I hope is in her. How about this guy here? Okay. So save and continue. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over here. There's a little edit image mountain, and I'm going to say, I'm going to call it This Month in Real Estate, Santa Clara County Edition. All right? And I'm going to go here, and I'm going to click on the little mountain, and they don't want to host your pictures, right? They being market leader. If you want somebody to host all your pictures, that's called Facebook. Isn't that right? Actually, I wonder if you could use the Facebook. Anyhow, I don't know. So I'm clicking on this, and what it's done, it's input that into the email.
So if you try to just paste it as like insert an image like it's done.
Not in this particular format, you can do that very well. So I click on send now, and this Mike Devlin guy has just gotten an email of the postcard. By the way, we also could go, Jennifer could go to Google+. Can you upload a photo on Google+? How about Facebook? Can you upload a photo on Facebook? How about LinkedIn? Can you upload a photo? So now that we've created a photo, we could upload it to all the different social media, right? So if you make it, now by the way, the actual real email looks better than the postcard image inserted. But I'm just saying that having an image of it is kind of cool. Right? Now, I know what you're thinking. There isn't any more we could possibly do with this. Isn't that what you're thinking? That's it. So, we could do a video. Now, there are, I've been talking about doing videos, and Rick actually was doing one, and he had a really good idea, which I'm going to steal, borrow, research. But I said his name, so you'll know who I'm talking about. I promoted it. And so there are essentially 3 kinds of ways you can make a video. You can make a video of just you talking. There are real estate agents that do that. You could make a video with just the screen, and they can hear you talking, but they cannot see you. Or number 3, you can make a video where they can both see you, hear you, and see the screen. My suggestion for that third option is a program called Screencast-O-Matic. And it says it's a free online screen recorder. And I have actually purchased the professional version. It costs like $40. And the difference between the professional version and this version, besides a bunch of editing stuff, is that a professional one can be as long as you can stand it. and the free one is only 15 minutes, which is longer than almost every other free one. So what we would do is, remember this picture? So this was Rick's idea, right, which I thought was a good idea. And I'm trying to make it. So what he was doing was, you see this picture? That was his graphic. So you go to Screencast-O-Matic. Let me close out of this. I have to get back to one of my browsers. I know. Well, why not save it? I don't care. Skip it. I think so. Everybody, he usually does what I suggest. All right, which is, I'm constantly surprised by that. I am. I'm bewildered. But so if we were to go to Screencast-O-Matic and we click on Start Recording, and it's going to probably mess with me because I've already have recording software running at this moment. But if I click on this, I wonder what's going to happen. It wants always run on this site, and what it's going to do is give me a countdown at some point after I do all this. This is what you would do. And notice this is popping up. And one of the things I like about Screencast-O-Matic is you can tell it what part of the screen you want it to record. And if you click on this little gizmo down here, it will record your picture too. This is the part that most of them won't do. Notice how I'm talking, the microphone is moving down here. And pretty soon you should see my face. There we go. And if you make it fill the screen, what it will do is it'll hide this for a moment, but it'll still be there. Well, it's a webcam recorder, right? So, and behind me is the Screencast-O-Matic deal. I'm not really too sure about that. What I need to do is to get rid of some of these things. Let me close my. Let me close this. Don't save. All right. By the way, I'm just getting rid of something. What I want to do is a picture to come up. So if I do this, notice one of the things I can do is I could move this so it just covers that picture, right? And I could make the video. I can make the video smaller later, but you would just do something like hiding webcam preview while recording because it overlaps capture area. Why not? 3, 2, 1. Hi, this is Mike Devlin with Keller Williams Realty, and this is This Month in Real Estate, August 2014, Santa Clara County edition. For July of 2014, the number of home sales of single-family homes, condos, and townhomes in Santa Clara County was 1,491. That represents a slight drop of 5% since last year, but an increase of about 1% slightly over last month, over June of 2014. The median home price in July of 2014 of combined condos, townhomes, and single-family homes was $750,000, up 5% over 2013, but down from last month. Mortgage rates are still at historic lows. 30-year fixed-rate mortgages were 4.29%, 15-year fixed 3.40%, and the 5-1-year adjustable rate mortgage was 3.34%. If you would like any information about a career in real estate, feel free to contact me. And we've just made a video. Okay? How hard was that? Right? Now, one of the things, notice what you can do, right from Screencast-O-Matic, is click on Publish to YouTube. And what it will do is, and it's This Month in Real Estate, August 2014. and I would type in Santa Clara County. And by the way, the more things you type in here, single family, condos, and townhomes, and adding tags is a way for Google to find you, and they don't have a lot of they don't have business categories, right? I usually try to put mine under comedy, but news and politics, why not? Make video public and click on, and since I haven't done this before, waiting for you to authorize a YouTube account in your browser. So it's going to ask for permission, and I'm going to say, yes, you only have to do this one time. I've never used Screencast-O-Matic on this particular computer, but now notice it's found me. I click on that, and it is uploading it to the YouTube channel right now. All right. So what this has to do with farming, you could make this month in real estate Gilroy. And in addition to making a postcard or an email, you could make an image of it and say something. Doesn't have to be very long. It's possible to make a whole bunch of different slides. Right? You can go in there and make a whole bunch of different slides, inventory and all this other kind of stuff. Some people might care, but my video now is already on YouTube. Right. What area is South County? What area? There are 23, 1 through 23 are the major areas of Santa Clara County. Area 1 is Morgan Hill, Gilroy, and San Martin. You could do Area 1, right, and call that South County, right? Right. So do Area 1 is Morgan Hill, Gilroy, and Morgan Hill push the numbers up. Right, it'll give you some condos and townhomes, but Area 1 is South County. But you can. The thing is that are you interested in selling somebody a condo or a townhouse? Right, and if you're telling everybody that it's $1 million to buy anything, right? So I just did the combined. You could do 2, one for condos and townhomes and one for single-family homes. I don't really care. But what I wanted to do is right. So now I've made a video. It was nobody's viewed it yet. Hi, this is Mike Devlin with Keller Williams Realty, and this is this month in real estate, August 2014, Santa Clara County edition. For July of 2014, the number of home sales of single-family homes, condos, and townhomes in Santa Clara County was 1,491. That represents a slight drop of 5% since last year, but an increase of about 1%, slightly over last month, over June 2014. The median home price in July of 2014 of combined condos, townhomes, and single-family homes was $750,000, up 5% over 2013, but down from last month. Mortgage rates are still at historic lows. 30-year fixed rate mortgages were 4.29%, 15-year fixed 3.40%, and the 1-year adjustable rate mortgage was 3.34%. If you would like any information about a career in real estate, feel free to contact me. So what it's done, notice it put a Screencast-O-Matic thing down at the bottom that says it's free if you pay them the $40. By the way, they also let you edit it. And what I can do now, supposing somebody sees this and they say, I would like to get started in real estate. So this is my website. I usually just copy it because I'm really lazy. And if I go to my YouTube account, right, it allows me to information and settings. Come on. And what I can do down here is Um, all right, and so notice I've put in a web page, I've put in my phone number, and I've typed in my email address, and I saved the changes, and they don't care. It's okay with them that I put all of these in. The reason that I copied and pasted my email address, my website in, is because I like it. Let's see, it's a hyperlink. It's under the information. This is what the video looks like. Right under the video, it has what I just put in. And it doesn't show everything. I have to click on show more to see all of it, but it made my website made it in there. All right, and so it's a public video. Now, so, and if I've had people say, by the way, you'll notice in my office, my laptop is sitting on top of a box. And the reason I do that is that if I make videos, it's now the webcam is pointing at me. This one, I didn't do that because so it's going up. It looks better if it's pointing down at you than pointing up at you, right? Just saying. So if you get an empty cardboard box and you put it on the table and you put this on top of it, and you now have a little stand. This microphone is a very high-end microphone. It costs less than $20. I think it's like 10 something over at Office Depot or Office Max or Staples or Fry's. So, you're in business and I made a video. Right? Right? They do, and you're welcome to try them. You're welcome to try that. I just find that this one seems to work a little bit better. Right. All right. Wasn't that just? Yeah. Oh. All right. So tell your friends. And by the way, this is Meeting Burner, which I'm using right now.